Hey guys, how you all doing? Sander or Klett here, and today I've got a very special commentary for you because I'm doing a commentary, a really deep commentary, really. It's what I've been thinking about for a very long time, and I'm aware that it will be very hard to explain, but I think it's a really interesting topic to talk about, and in a way very original because I haven't seen it anywhere yet. Also, I do not know yet what gameplay I will paste onto this commentary because I don't know how long it will get. But probably something like Black Ops gameplay with the L96 or MW2 survival or something similar. Okay, so what I really want to spend this commentary about is kind of comparing yourself or your brain to a computer. Why I'm saying yourself or a brain, because like usually when you ask who are you or give an image of who you are, people usually draw their body. Why your body is just a tool of your brains. Your brains are really who you are. But that's kind of hard to realize. Like, it's not hard to realize, but it's really hard to actually see that through and get used to that thought. Okay, so what I want to start about is the operating system. This is usually your nature and nurture. If you have already heard about those two names, then it's good, but if you haven't, I will explain it real quick for you. Nature is kind of like your genes, your genetics, and what you had from your birth. If you were mentally handicapped, that is your nature. Then nurture, also nature is like a bit like the first year of your how your parents raise you and stuff like that, what milk they give you. That's also a bit of nurture. That's nature. There's a bit of like contradiction about those two things. But then nurture in general is like your influences, like your culture, you live in your religion, how your friends act and stuff like that. So nature and nurture together, they form your personality with two influences, and it seems that, like from research and stuff like that, a nurture is extremely important to your personality, and that is really interesting because people usually say like you are who you are from birth and that's it, but no. Yeah, maybe if your parents bought a different brand of milk when you were a baby, you would have been totally different. But yeah, there's like a lot of questioning about how the brain works because scientists still haven't found out yet, because it's like really hard to study. It's not like something you can read because it's in your mind. It happens there, but it really isn't happening. It's just happening in a big empty space going to oblivion. So that's why it's really hard to study. You can't just cut it open and see what's all in, like you can do with, I don't know, like a liver or something. You can't put a telescope on it and read your mind or something. So then again, nature and nurture together, they form your personality and like how you will act in different situations. And personality will be comparable to the program you are running on your PC. So let's see, this operating systems, they both give like every operating system gives opportunity for certain programs to run on it. If you have the ability to run the program, I know, like Photoshop, you would be like a good designer and you would have that creative skill. So that's kind of your personality and your skills to program. Another thing that's really important and what I've been questioning so much about is language. I guess we could kind of compare this to the scripting language of the operating system and the program. Why? Because, well, languages, some people would say it's not like of that huge matter, but it is. Languages, like, really, they differ a lot, and they all work in different ways, but the end product really is most of the time the same. You have some more opportunities in others than others, but that is now out of the question. Like, we're not gonna talk about that now, but in the end, they all have the same end product. You communicate with each other, and in the end, every program will look kind of similar, kind of function and stuff, even though they use different scripting languages. So in a way that language is important is because right now, in what language are you thinking? You're thinking just constantly language running through your mind, running through that operating system. That's how it all works. If we think, if we do, it's all because of language. I don't even know, if you don't learn a language, are you able to think? That's a big question I've been asking me. It's like, how do you think? It's just like, I'm pretty sure you notice things and you will intuitively react and respond to that with your body and with your mind, but you won't be able to overthink it and actually memorize it. You will do it because it's all in your intuition, and not because you kind of memorized it and actually rationalized it and thought like, I have to act like that in such a situation. That's how I think about language. But then again, if you learn multiple languages, like people who come from, I don't know, like Iran or Iraq, and there's war there, and they come to Belgium, how do they think if they're like fully integrated and they speak perfect Dutch, or let's just say English now for you guys, that's easier, and speak perfect English, and they're talking to English friends? Do they still think in, I don't know, what kind of language is it? Like, let's just say Arabic now. I don't know what like language they'll speak in those countries. Like, do you still think in like Arabic, or do they already start thinking English? Because right now, I am all thinking in English. This whole commentary, everything that runs through my mind right now is in English, not just what I'm saying. But like now, when I don't know what word I was exactly gonna say in English, then like when it gives an error code, I have to go back to my old language, like Dutch, and I have to try to translate it in some way, if it doesn't come out of intuition. That's kind of like the error in the scripting language. It's kind of like when you learn a scripting language and you only learn half of it, then your program will lack all of functions, because you can't do a certain function, because it will have an error with other functions that you haven't learned yet. So in that way, language is really important. Like, I don't know, like when well, I'm not Dutch, but when my English is almost mastered, because I kind of learned it at school and stuff like that. I didn't learn it out of intuition, so I know more of the rules and stuff. But I still am not like, I don't know all of the vocabulary. My Dutch vocabulary is like 3 times as big, or even more. I have no idea really. But my English is pretty good. Not my accent or how I pronounce things. That's not intuitive. I can't do that intuitively. So that's a big disadvantage I have. But still, my English is pretty good. If I would write an English text, I'm pretty sure that it will be just as good as the average 17-year-old or 16-year-old guy from England or America. So in that way, it doesn't really differ. But when I don't know, like if I dream or something like that, is it in English or is it in Dutch? That's what I'm thinking. Like, does that English language actually have a certain influence on my random thinking process? It's like your mind, it has to work in a certain way, and you give kind of direction to everything the mind does with a language, so you can overthink and rationalize things. Then when you learn another language, which one will it choose? Will it choose your original one, or will it try to go over to the next one? And that's kind of what really interests me. I tried to ask a friend who was from Iran, and he came to Belgium, but he simply didn't know. He could think in Dutch and in the language he spoke. So that's kind of the same with me, but I thought it would be different for him because he really was fully integrated in there. But yeah, guys, I think it's a really interesting topic to keep talking about this. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can kind of like overthink this and give your own idea on this, because it's really interesting to think about the brain and its functions, because we haven't discovered that yet. So, and it's not really like opinion. Yeah, it's like opinion, but still, it is. We all have it, and it's something we all have in common, and we can all think about. So that's why I think this topic is very, very, very interesting. I hope you all enjoyed this commentary. I'm Sender Klett. See you the next time. Hopefully when Black Ops 2 comes out. Bye.